On July 21, 1960, Leopold Stokowski was to conduct members of the Philadelphia Orchestra at the Robin Hood Dell, an outdoor amphitheater where they performed for 8 weeks after the regular Academy of Music season. Stokowski, who brought the Philadelphia Orchestra to global prominence years earlier, had been away from the city for almost 2 decades. This would be his first appearance at the Dell in 27 years. And although I was only 14, I was desperate to hear him conduct. That concert became a landmark in my memory. 5 summers later, backstage in his dressing room at the Dell, Stokowski would ask me to work with him as his personal orchestra librarian and musical assistant. It would be the beginning of a close, complex relationship that would bring me not only into his home, but into his musical mind. I was too young to travel alone in 1960. My mother probably wasn't well because my older neighbor Eileen went with me. Luckily, the tickets were free, available by clipping coupons from local papers. Eileen and I arrived early, more than an hour before concert time, but long lines had already formed at the entrance. Inside, green wooden seats lined the vast bowl-shaped venue. The extensive concrete paving was softened by a grove of trees to the left of the seats and an expansive grassy embankment to their right. A huge, angular shell leaned protectively over the stage. That July evening, more than 30,000 music lovers filled the seats and covered the immense sloping lawn. Some people even climbed into the trees. 2,000 more stood outside the facility, listening through loudspeakers. Eileen and I were lucky to have gotten in. As we waited for the concert to begin, I observed what is still one of my best-loved rituals, something most concertgoers don't even notice: an orchestra tuning up. The musicians wander on stage, talking and laughing. They settle into their seats and begin fussing with their instruments. Wind players assemble and reassemble the various components of their instruments like pieces of puzzles to get just the right alignment, and the brass players press and pull valves and slides and squirt streams of valve oil from little plastic squeeze bottles. Oboists, clarinetists, and bassoonists suck on reeds, pulling them in and out of their mouths to keep them moist. String players twist the black pegs above their instruments' fingerboards to adjust pitch, and rub the horsehair of their bows against cakes of rosin. Percussionists arrange bass drums and snares, timpani and triangles, ratchets, bells, chimes, gongs, and cymbals, so that they can move swiftly from one instrument to another without colliding. The orchestra begins to warm up.